Media arts is like one of the most important things right now. That's how we receive and disseminate information. What I try to tell my students though is you can't just keep receiving. You have to create. My name is Chris Kaminsky. I'm considered an art teacher. I do teach digital media here at Fairview High School. How I got this job was, I think it was 2003. I was working at Maple Heights. They had some financial issues, so some teachers that were low on the totem pole had to get riffed. So I was riffed, and then I applied to Fairview because they were looking to update their design program and make it more modernized. So I got the job. Been here ever since. I think it was 2014 or 15. We actually moved from my old room to the old library, and we took over that space, and just hand-me-downs and whatever we could get our hands on to create what we called a maker space. And then we were going through some renovations for the district, and the superintendent at that time saw value in what we were doing. So we met and we decided to put together a design plan for the Innovation Center. And we moved into this space 3 years ago. We should have moved in during COVID, but obviously that happened, and so we had to wait until post-COVID.
My name is Scarlett. I'm a senior here, and my favorite thing is just being able to create and use it kind of as a therapy and just kind of do a lot of different techniques and learn a lot, and this space is great for that.
One of the things that I realized is even though I'm up to date, you can't try to master everything. You have to put it in the students' hands and let them explore and create with it.
So for media arts, it really started during quarantine. I've always liked art, but then the quarantine kind of like solidified that I wanted to do more with it. And I think if the quarantine never happened, I don't think I'd be as involved as I am now, because I was really able to, sit down, work on my technique, work on everything, and do a bunch of different art. And so now here, I'm able to say, I wanted to go into art education and all that kind of stuff. So without that, I don't think I would be in the place that I am today. The owl that I just did here, it was a multimedia piece, and my portfolio, I have a lot of 2D art, but I didn't have a lot of sculptures, so I needed to figure out what I could do with that. And the general project that everyone was doing was make a bird, but what I wanted to do with the owl was make it so the arms were spanned out. So I decided to go an owl, and from there we wanted to use something that wasn't like cardboard or paper mache. So I went to Goodwill and I got a old lamp base, and it had this concrete texture on it. And so I took that base, I de-electrified the entire lamp out of it, and then I took this really hard mat board and I constructed the wings, and then all of it is covered with over 2,000, I would say, vinyl individually cut feathers that I then pieced on top with hot glue and that kind of stuff. And then the head of it, I went to Goodwill and I got this old paper pumpkin. So the head of it is a pumpkin that I just shaped around to make it an owl head. So that is the most involved project recently that I've done here, so yeah.
So becoming a digital media arts teacher for me started in my first job, and it was at that time I was teaching a class, and Photoshop, the very first version of Photoshop was coming out, and I was really interested, and that kind of sparked my interest in the digital side of media and arts, and I never looked back.
So in the future, I hope to pursue art education, and I think everything that I'm learning here is going to help me, especially being in the creative space where it's so open. You're seeing all the teachers kind of interact with each other and interact with their students because it's such an open and collaborative space. And that's something that I really like, that I'm able to kind of assess the situation, see, and it kind of solidified why I want to be an art teacher. and I hope to work in a space like this that's so collaborative and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
It's been a long time. I look back, and I've been teaching for 26 years now, and I still feel like a kid some days. You know, I come into work and we play, and I think it's an awesome thing.